games becoming movies.
3, 2, 1. Hello and thanks for checking out today's show. I'm Lamar Bridges. He's Cross. Today we wanted to talk about whether are video games becoming more movie-like. You know, because of all the cutscene stuff.
Yeah. And I got a few honorable mentions.
Yeah. You know, and we were actually talking about this. We were talking about Ragnarok.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember you were telling me, man, this game is too much like a movie. I just want to fight.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool to a certain extent. It dragged on. It was a lot of talking. A lot of talk. I think I mentioned it in one of the past videos, but it was a lot of talking. The dialogue was pretty good. It was well written, but it had some long cutscenes in it. It had some long ones. Would
you say? So when you say long, to me, I think like if a cutscene is like 2 minutes, I think that's way too long for a cutscene.
Yeah, some of them be dragging on a little bit longer than that. It depends on what you're doing. I don't want to give any spoilers, but like when you rescue he was the God of War before or something. I forgot that dude's name. He got the long beards, a giant. Okay. And it was like certain scenes on there was like really long. And they be long cutscene. Like it was one, like that's one when you rescue old boy. And there was another one I think where Kratos was laying in the bed and they just show him laying in the bed for a long time because it was getting prepared for the big battle or whatnot. And it was just like, it was long and it was a quiet scene. He wasn't talking. He was just laying there like he was just contemplating everything that's happened in the past or just what led up to what's about to happen now. Yeah. But they were executed well. It just was too long. A lot of the games are trying to be these movies, these cinemas. And it's like, I go to the movie and watch a 3-hour long movie like Avatar, you know what I'm saying? That movie was 3 hours long. But, they have long cutscenes. They can shorten them just a little bit, but then I guess they'll be cutting out information. So I guess they have to make it.
I mean, you know, I think games are becoming very much like a movie. I'm actually okay with it, though. To me, it's like great entertainment because here I get some action and then I get the story. Yeah. Bringing up the movie is like they throw the action scenes in to kind of just give you more content and then they start telling you the story. And I think that's probably why I like God of War 2018 so much. Yeah. Actually, I like it more than Spider-Man, but the reason why is because I got to play out the action scene. I felt like I was this really powerful guy. Yeah. And then it furthered through the stories. It furthered through the cutscenes where you see Kratos. Like, I liked all the fights with Boulder. Yeah, I think they were like kind of pushing it, but, you know, I enjoyed the fighting that jumped into the cutscenes. Yeah, but I do miss the QuickTime events.
Yeah, from the earlier God of War.
Yeah, I do miss those. I think the cutscenes took over that.
Yeah, they did. Because that was part of gameplay. I think they don't use that no more because as far as the QuickTime events, I think it got played out and a lot of people are not looking for that kind of style of gameplay anymore.
I think so too.
That's why this God of War went the whole, I call it the Dark Soulsy route. Because it got the whole over the shoulder camera. It's a little bit more personal. Like, and then you have to be aware of your surroundings. That's why you got a talking head. Hey, watch your back. He'll come in and say, hey, they're behind you, brother. Like he'll do that. Or it'll be your if you got Freya with you. I think his name is Mimir, from what I think, and you got Freya with you, like on your left. Or if you got your son with you, you're like, look out, father. Like you know. But yeah, it went the whole Dark Soulsy route, and it left the whole crazy action behind, where the camera was panned back, and when you swinging in all directions instead of just taking that whole then I got to turn around, do this little 360 degree or not 360, 180, and turn around and fight the enemy behind me. I kind of missed that old style of gameplay, but hey, you got to move on to other things, and Like games like that don't get a lot of flack. I remember games in the earlier days, kind of going a little off topic, but I remember games in the earlier days where uh getting dissed for being God of War clones. I remember those. Nowadays, like all of the games are playing like that, and nobody says, "Oh, this is a Dark Souls clone." Like it's another game that's coming out called Wolong. It plays like Neo in them, and it's like nobody's like, "Hey," nobody shitting on this game saying, "Hey, this game play like Dark Souls. Why they can't do something else?" Because remember, people was dogging, what's that game, Dante's Inferno, because it played like God of War.
Because it played like God of War.
Yeah, it was like at that time, it was like, "Oh, this game is a God of War clone." But you got other games coming out. How many copies have we gonna had of Dark Souls style?
Too many.
Got Cold Vein.
Too many.
You got Bloodborne. Yeah, it's like.
But people praise those type of games, like Elden Ring. Elden Ring won Game
Elden
of the
Ring
Year,
is another one, yeah.
But I don't think that game deserved its award, because I'll take it a step further for you. When it used to just be the console war stuff, people always ragged on Xbox for having clones of Halo.
Yeah.
Now you mentioning how people used to always talk about how God of War clones were coming out, but nobody is upset about these From Software clones.
Right.
You're right, and maybe it's because some of those games they don't really rely on cutscene. I've played a couple of them. Their cutscenes are like a minute, maybe less than that.
Oh, okay.
So it's just pure gameplay. Again, I don't think that's the best game of 2022.
Didn't it get it for storytelling?
I think it did.
I think they got an award for story writing or something like that. Because I think that I read on one of them articles. I can't remember the name of the guy. I'm bringing it up, and I don't remember the source, but it was one of the guys from one of the companies.
He's
was
not
like,
quotable.
You're right. Don't quote me. But, I'll find it. But it was somebody that was like praising him on their writing ability. I can't remember what game it was. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't think of it. But anyway, they got their award for the writing, and that's cool. I mean, if the story is good, but wasn't it an open world game that was kind of empty?
It's an empty open world game. That's what I say.
Is it one of them games you got to find like books and shit to kind of fill in the gaps? Is it one of those you kind of got to really explore?
You kind of tell your own story in a way. Like there's a story to the game, but there's no hand holding.
Okay.
So it's not scripted for you to get through the story. You kind of have to figure the story out yourself.
Yeah.
And when I played it, I was like, this is an open world game, but it's empty.
Yeah.
It's nothing but wilderness and enemies to attack, which is cool, but I could just play a fighting game if I just want to keep going back and forth with the enemy.
That's kind of the same issue that one of the Dynasty Warrior games had. They had they went open world. I think Dynasty Warrior is 9, and it was empty.
Yeah,
it was like you can do all this running around, but there was nothing out there.
Yeah,
there was nothing out there.
But and then it doesn't really rely on cutscenes to tell its story, because at that point it's like they just give you the game.
Yeah,
they give you the gameplay. Like Breath of the Wild, another Dark Souls clone. It had very, very small cutscenes, and that's like one of my favorite Legend of Zelda games. I didn't beat it, but it was because I kind of sold everything.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's just the fact that a lot of games kind of rely on the cutscene to kind of further your story or further your gameplay. Again, I'm okay with it, because I wouldn't have given Elden Ring Game of the Year. That wouldn't have been Game of the Year. I probably would have given it to Psychonauts or something. Psychonauts 2. I don't think you played it. You remember the first Psychonauts though, right?
I've heard of it. No, okay. I remember seeing some video on it.
Yeah.
But I wasn't sure what to make of that game. I didn't know what it was.
So the game is really wacky.
Okay.
You are part of a circus family
Okay.
Everyone's like Russian and stuff.
Okay.
But you're also psychic.
Okay.
So you kind of join this psychic academy, and you are the character name is Rasputin, I believe. Okay. And your family is kind of like the chosen family to stop this all powerful dude from coming back to life. And it turns out it's your grandfather.
Oh, wow.
See, like, the writing for that was really good, but they didn't rely on cutscenes to tell us the story.
Oh, okay.
They used the cutscene to push things out, but then they give you your gameplay, and the gameplay furthered the story for you.
Oh, okay.
Whereas 2018 God of War did that. It used the hell out of those cutscenes.
It did.
Those cutscenes were kind of just like one after another, and once you get like a good fight scene, then there's like 3 minutes of waiting.
If God of War, the first one, 2018, was like that.
Did Ragnarok go that way?
They had their cutscene. They had their long cutscenes, but then they had the. It was like certain scenes. Are they scenes? Okay, it would be like a part where you go through a portal. Okay. And I'm sure people that played the game know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Where it's like you're in this in between realms, I want to say, when you're walking, and it's like everything is blue and it's like trees and stuff around, or look like trees, branches or whatever, and you're walking, and then it's so long. The walk is long enough. Cause I just was sprinting. I was just trying to get to the next thing. They will be talking the whole way
the
there.
Entire time.
Yeah, like the head. Like if you had a head with you, it'd be talking to your son. To be talking to you about certain things that's going on, and you're just walking, and they're just talking. Like, duh. That's why I said this game just had too much talking in it.
Yeah.
Like they was just cramming a bunch of story into it.
Yeah.
And putting all this dialogue and all this acting, but I mean, if you see the behind the scenes footage, you know, they really take that acting very seriously. The old boy from Stargate was putting in work. You know what I'm saying? He had the little motion cap. Son, you got that. You know what I mean? Like he was.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
and you know what? It's so funny you say that because I remember watching the little documentary for that game, Raising Kratos, I think it's called.
Okay.
Yeah, they take it very seriously.
Yeah.
And I get it. It is acting and it's voice acting. I think, which is why I think they should have got a voice actor for that Super Mario movie instead of hiring Chris Pratt. Not to knock him, but
he's supposed to be Italian. I don't know if that's gonna be
it would have been a problem if he would have just gave us.
But why is that a problem? Why is that a problem that we will want an Italian person to play an Italian character? Person. Why? Why would that be a problem?
Someone would find it offensive. Someone would. I wish they wouldn't, because you know how cool it would have been if we got a Super Mario movie that came out this year and we had him actually say, "Let's go."
Yeah, or it's me, the Mario.
That would have been so cool.
I remember what's the name had an issue with it. The guy John Leguizamo.
Yeah.
Oh I probably destroyed his name. My apologies, but he had an issue with it, and then people was like, "Well, you're a Latino." And you were supposed to be Luigi. You know what I'm saying?
And he played as Luigi.
Yeah, it was like, I didn't know. You know what?
I thought he was like Puerto Rican though.
I'm probably not. He's in the Latin Hispanic type group. My apologies if it's offensive, because if you call a El Salvadorian something else, it's offensive. Or you call a person that's not El Salvadorian.
Yeah.
I think Darwin and them are neighbors across the street.
Yeah, they were Mexican and Salvadorian.
But anyway, people was like, you're a Latin American or whatever, and it's like, you know, you play Luigi.
Yeah.
I didn't know that talking about the old school Mario movie, I didn't know they had to get drunk to get through certain scenes because the script was so bad.
I didn't know that either. That makes sense though. It was the 90s.
They got drunk, man. And then one of the actors didn't even know it was based off a video game. I think it was the guy that played Mario. Dude, yeah, he didn't know. He didn't find out until these are just stories I read online. I don't know if they're actually true. Yeah, but they were saying that he didn't know it was a video based off a video game until he saw I don't know if his nephew or one of his kids or something like that playing the game.
Oh.
Like, damn, he didn't know what Mario was. Like, it came out in 80-something.
You know what? That's what's happening with the MCU.
Okay.
A lot of people that are quote unquote working for Marvel Cinematic Universe, half of these people do not know the character they're portraying, they're writing for, how the character is acting. Like with the latest and greatest trash of a show, She-Hulk.
Yeah.
When we were kids, She-Hulk was like this sex symbol to us. You know, she was sassy, she was sarcastic, but she also kicked ass. Jessica Gal, she kind of didn't use any of the stuff we saw as kids
because they don't use the blueprints. They don't use blueprints. They don't. If they're not going to use the old material, they don't expand on the old material. That's a bummer for me, because you can alter it a little bit or whatever, but you have the source material, and the reason why you can use that is because the people that didn't come out growing up watching those cartoons, that can be for them.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like all you're doing is rebranding it or rebringing it out and putting it into the forefront by using this old material that you had and reusing it for the newer generation, so they can kind of keep the character instead of changing it up.
She purposely made it into a SJW thing.
Oh, okay.
Like, she even said it in interviews, I'm just trolling the trolls.
Oh, okay.
And
so they had an agenda behind it.
Yeah, and it's like, damn, you taking away another comic book character that people liked, and you want to put your personal politics to it.
Yeah.
Not your personal feelings, because, like, if you were a real fan of this stuff, your personal stuff would do small alters to here and there.
Yeah, you can do ad-libs or kind of go off script. A lot of actors do it. They kind of like certain famous lines were off script.
Yeah.
They weren't even on the script.
Yeah. And it's because they put something to it. But when you want to change it and you want people to see what you thought this character should have been, you have to use what was there first.
Yeah.
Not just use, I'm just going to use their essence and then I'm going to put myself into it. No, you're changing something there.
Yeah.
But it's it's happening now at the MCU, and I don't think the MCU will ever be at the peak it was from phase 1, 2, and 3. For me, when it got to like phase 3, it was kind of like downhill.
Yeah.
I think the best movie in the entirety of this MCU was Infinity War.
Yeah.
I thought they did a really great job with Thanos, even though they changed his reason for doing the snap, which is fine, because it was like, we still got it. But then they altered a lot of other things where when he does the snap, he gets hurt. He wanted to like save humanity instead of just trying to prove a point to someone. But
why did he give a damn about humanity?
That's what I'm saying. Like they changed it.
That's crazy.
And it was like, okay, they needed to give him a purpose. Because when you read the comic, it's not relatable. You know, it's like, well, I guess you could say it because he fell in love with something, and he wanted to prove to them why he should be worthy. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. It's just the fact that you hire people, and most of the time they don't even know what the hell they're in.
Yeah.
But you know what? To get back on the games becoming movie-like, when do you think that stuff started?
My first time experiencing that, the games becoming movies were like, I want to say Metal Gear Solid. I think on the PlayStation 1. I mean, they always had like their dialogue and things of that such. Even like on Nintendo, you had reasons for doing it, but I think the reasons was a lot more simpler. It was just, hey, go rescue these people, and then that's the dialogue. That's the reason why you're doing it. Or like,
now you just
just
going across.
You go into like uncharted territory with no weapons and stuff. And you find shit along the way.
Right.
But Metal Gear Solid was like one of those. It was very, very heavily based on movie. Like even when you first play the game, he do like the swimming. For the old school people that know, Metal Gear Solid 1 on the PlayStation.
MGS.
That was the Pizza Hut demo. That was the Pizza Hut demo. But yeah, he when it first come on, they show like credits, like intro.
Like it was a movie or something.
Yeah, and they play this little music, this little sad music or whatever, because he's swimming in the water or whatever. Well, I don't know if the music's sad. It's supposed to be epic. Yeah. And he's crawling up. He's coming up, and that's when I start noticing that. Yeah, as far as like a cinema style type of game.
Yeah, I wonder if like
that's early.
If it's like these are failed writers for movies, so they started using that to do video games.
You might be right,
because all of the American games, I don't remember doing the cutscenes like that. I think it was just mostly the Japanese games.
Yeah.
Metal Gear, Resident Evil.
Yeah. Resident Evil, yeah. Resident Evil came on like a damn action show. I don't know if you remember the first version.
They used live action people too.
Yeah, it was like Wesker, and then they show him loading up the gun. He fixes glasses and shit. Like it was cool, man. It was cool, man.
Like it was a fun game.
Yeah, like, and these people were going into a mansion to risk their life. They ran from this dog or these zombie dogs. Yeah. I think Resident Evil
hated that.
Zombies. I think they should go back to that whole thing.
Yeah,
I remember they used to use real actors. Well, of course they use real actors. I'm talking about like on Sega. I don't know if you remember the Sega CD.
Yeah, all the cutscenes used to be.
Yeah, it used to be real people. Like, it used to be footage of real people, like, acting and.
But I think those are all, like, the American games.
Yeah.
Because I think, what was that one space game we were playing? Was it Stargate? It was on the Sega Saturn. And I remember it used to be, like, a 30-second cutscene. They used to be like, come on, get on.
Yeah.
And then, like, all of a sudden, you're in a tunnel trying to take off and your shit.
Yeah.
Was it Star? I don't think it was Star.
I can't remember the name of it.
But it was like one of those Space Marine things. But was that an American game?
I think so.
Yeah, and the cutscene was like 30 seconds. Yeah. if that.
There was a game called Sewer Shark on Sega CD. Used to be a guy that his name was Ghost, and he used to talk mad shit to you. It was like it was a real person on the screen. And then they were like, all right, let's see if you're good enough, dog meat. Let's shoot the tubes. And you had to go in the little, you was in like some kind of like it was like a little, I don't want to say spaceship, but it was like one of them little ships that you were in. You was flying through these different tunnels and stuff. It was an old game. And he'll tell you like, so where the coordinates are, you have to pay attention. There's like a little arrow that'll tell you. It'd be like 6, 12, something. The little thing will tell you, and you have to literally go. And sometimes it'll tell you if you go up somewhere, it'll tell you like, oh, you went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And if you keep going the wrong way, you end up running into the wall. That's when he was trying to prevent you from doing. Okay. But I remember they had the little cutscene, or I don't know if they were called cutscenes, but it might have been called cutscenes back then. We used the real people to do that, and I think those are American style games. But a lot of the Japanese games are more like
movie. They kind of started using more of the cutscenes to tell a movie.
Yeah, they were doing like you can take stuff and like montage it where it looks like it could be a movie. I mean, you're gonna be missing certain aspects of it, but you can probably tie all those cut scenes together and make a little short film or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that was my first experience with Metal Gear.
And my favorite Metal Gear was 3.
Oh, you like Snake Eater?
Yeah, Snake Eater was my favorite one, and I think it was because that was the first one where I was actually immersed into it.
Yeah, because I think that's when they went the whole was it kind of free roam? Like you kind of had to rely on, your resources, because I knew you had to kill a snake to survive.
Yeah. And I think that's what made me like it so much, because it wasn't just shoot this person here, get to there. It's like, oh, I'm losing health, I'm hungry, let me do this. And I think that was how I got into like Survivor games, because of that. But they had some long cutscenes too.
I guess I must be I don't know. Am I a boring gamer? I don't know. Let me know in the comment section. But I
you said about boring,
because I don't want my games to be too realistic. Like I don't want my character to get hungry and I gotta eat something. Like I want to worry about the threats that are here. I ask those questions even when I'm watching films. Like they don't get hungry, they don't do this, they don't do that. But I'm like, it's not about that. It's about the action.
Yeah.
It's about getting through the story, getting through these getting to the end so I can, be completed.
Right.
Because that's how I feel about some of the games now. Like, I just want to get through the game. I don't mind having my hand being held. Just show me where I need to go so I can get it through it. And I don't have the luxury, or I ain't going to say I don't have, because you always have time. I don't make the time to immerse myself in the game too much. And I think some of that realism, it takes me out of the game, because now it's like, I got to do this now. That's why I wasn't like, I don't really care for like games like The Sims, or like my wife plays Animal Crossing. I don't play those kind of games because you got to manage. You got to go get wood. You got to go. That's everyday shit that I do every day. I got to go get money. I got to go do this. I want to just sit on the game, just mindlessly hack and slash all day. Just boop, 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 boop. That's fun to me. I can just turn off my brain a little bit and just go. Okay, go over there. The king is over there. Let's go over there and get him. All right, we running up there now.
Right.
Let's go get them. It's now this game's like, you gotta go over here, gotta go get this key from over here, gotta get this thing from over here. It's just too much. Go over there. I just want a straight line. I want a beeline to everything. Just boom, 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 boom. That's why I kind of missed when we talked about in the last video about the linear games.
Yeah.
Was that the last video or the video before that? I can't remember.
That was the video before.
But yeah, I guess I'm one of those. I'm still stuck in the past as gamers, because that's why I favored Gungrave, even though it got worst game of the year 2022. But I still like the game. Hey, they could have refined some of the combat, like I was saying in the last video. They could have refined some of the combat, but it was still an enjoyable game. I still ain't beat them like level 25, chapter 25, because I jumped on Saints Row, and Saints Row.
Yeah, that's a rest in peace, Saints Row.
I'm almost done with it, but it's too much glitches. It's too many glitches. Like I posted on my TikTok. It was one where like I'm riding on the hood. Oh, check out my TikTok. It's user cross. I don't even know the name of my stuff, because I got to change the name on my thing, man. My thing still says user, and that's probably why a lot of people don't pick on my stuff. They be like, oh, he's a user, but it's user cross 99. Yeah, it's user cross 99. But I posted something on there, and it's just the Saints Row game was just real glitchy. Like, we was on the hood of a car, and we was in our underwear, because on one of the scenes you had to go, and one of your friends were kidnapped. And I think they kidnapped them after you went to the gym. This game is stupid. This game is stupid. It's stupid. The more I think about it, like, the stupidest some of the stuff is, but I'm in my underwear, right? Me and the character, because I was playing with a friend of mine. We were both in our underwear, and we on the hood of a car shooting rockets and stuff and blowing cars up. But then cars are going through the ground. The cars moving like this and shit. And it's just, it's ugh. But anyway, I going back to the games I favored, and I said that's why I say I must be a boring gamer, because I don't mind some of the games. I don't care for like the Elden Rings and explore the game, be immersed in. I don't want to do all that. I do want to immerse myself in it, but that type of immersion isn't fun for me. That's not a thing that I'm interested in. So, but if they got an audience, sell it to that audience. I know where I stand at. I know where I sit at. I don't think those games are fun. I just don't like them. It just takes up too much of my time, and I don't have that kind of time to give. I don't have the $70 to give you first and foremost. Then I don't have the time to really sit down and immerse myself, because there's other shit going on. You know, I gotta take care of things. I gotta, you know, I guess I'm speaking from a parent's point of view, but yeah, you can't do that, and you know. But anyway,
well, I think if you think about it, that's why they have so many different genres of books, because there are people who can't read fiction.
Yeah,
fiction is boring.
Yeah.
Whereas there are people who need fiction.
Yeah.
To escape reality. You know, like some people like to watch documentaries as their way of being entertained.
Yeah.
And then you and I, let's watch Street Fighter. You know, let's watch something that does other than that.
I think my issue with it is that, yeah, we have those genres, right? But the genre that I like is dying, or it's might be dead. You know what I'm saying?
It's
the genre that I like, so it's hard for me to be a gamer, because all we got is the Elden Rings and these Dark Souls and these kind of games, you know. Versus, you know, we don't have those Ninja Gaiden games anymore like that. Everybody is kind of steering clear of the linear side of this game, because now games get shitted on because it's hand holding or whatever. Yeah. That's bad. That's looked at as like no. Like, you know, you don't like the genre, don't review the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, these games get shitted on because of the way it's designed. And then these other games get praised because of so much things you can do. And that's fine. That's cool. But it's like, I guess my gripe is those games get shit on because of the style of it is. And it's by the masses. It's a lot more people that like these style of games as far as the open world, Elden Ring. I keep bringing up Elden because that's the most recent one.
Yeah.
That won the awards and things. But those are the games that get held to these are the greatest games ever made and blah, blah, blah. And then you got games like Evil West that kind of just sit over here. And it's like, it's on the back. You know, it's kind of like, it was okay. It was linear. It holds your hand, da-da-da-da. But it's a good game if you sit down and play it and really, you know, those games get shitted on. That's my point.
Yeah.
You know, it's the masses that believe that this game is great and versus the little guy. I feel like this is the little guy now. This is the big one. When back in the day, that was the big guy. That style of game was a great game. You know, these are great games. That game, if that Evil West would have came out on PlayStation 3 or something like that, that would have been Game of the Year or whatever, or it might not be Game of the Year.
I was going to say not
but it would have been up there where it would have been like, hey, this game, it has potential, blah, 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 blah. So, I don't know.
Well, I mean, I think it varies because, like, when Cuphead came out,
I just got to accept that it's a different time. You know what I'm saying? I'm a relic now, so I have to accept that style of gameplay is like kind of almost obsolete. So I have to get on but I still play my open world game. If they make another Saints Row, hopefully it's better. My homeboy is saying, "Hey, what if the other company that bought Volition might make it?" I said, "This was the reboot. This was what was supposed to save the game. It was supposed to help their I don't know, their comeback. It was supposed to be the comeback because of how they left it."
I stopped playing after the first one. After the first.
Oh, you didn't play the second one?
I tried it. I didn't like it. I didn't like the second one.
Second was the most. All right. So yeah, because the Saints Row, the second one was supposed to be like the best one out of all the Saints Row games. Mm-hmm. I think it's because of the storytelling.
Okay.
The way they told the story, you were the boss. Their character was, because on the first one you were coming. Mm-hmm. Then I don't know if anybody played, but on the second one,
I think many people played Saints Row.
But I don't want to. I don't know, because I'm pretty sure people still, you know, they got computers, they can emulate or whatever they wanted to try, whatever the case may be. Or somebody might still have an old Xbox.
Some people still
360. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but anyway, the second was supposed to be like, I don't want to say on the level of San Andreas, but it was supposed
to be the competition.
Pinnacle. Yeah, it was like that. Saints Row 2 was the shit. Mm-hmm. Then the third one, it kind of like, it brought it down because of the wackiness. Mm-hmm. That's when it started getting wacky. You was hitting people in the head with dildos. You was you was doing. outrageous shit. You was considered a celebrity. You know what I'm saying? You was a hardcore criminal. You was criminals, and you was considered celebrities. You know what I'm saying? And then the fourth one was became president of the United States.
I was done after the first one. I just thought the first one had everything I liked about San Andreas in it. GTA San Andreas. Because I was talking to a couple of friends of mine, and I don't know too many people who's completed San Andreas.
Oh, really?
And I know why. Because they like the gangbang part.
Oh.
The beginning part was the best part of the game. I've gotten further where I almost could have beaten the game, but the fact that you're taking territory, you're establishing yourself, that was dope. So when I played the first one, I liked it. But when I played the second one, I was kind of over the controls.
Yeah.
The mechanics to me felt outdated, especially going to GTA 5. Okay. No, I mean 4.
Okay.
GTA 4 came out at the time. So for me, it was like, these mechanics are a lot better than what Saints Row mechanics were offering.
Yeah. So
it kind of went on the back end. But you know what? Saints Row didn't use cutscenes that much like that. Even though the most famous one is Hector says Buenos noches.
Oh yeah. They had a few. Yeah, they had some small cutscenes. It was all about taking over and being established. I know that the second one was like that too. I like the second one. Mm-hmm. I wish that if Volition or if they get sold to whatever company they get sold to, they need to make a collection or some kind of remake or remaster like they did the third. They need to do the first one and the second one as a collection bundle. Yeah. As a collection bundle. You know, it might bring some people back because that last Saints Row that they came out with, it didn't do it. Agents of Mayhem, it didn't do it. The fourth one, it didn't do it.
Mr. President.
You tried to make it where like you're in the Matrix, you're fighting against aliens, you're supposed to be the president of the United States. It didn't do it. No. Then you blew the damn planet up. Spoiler. It didn't do it. Okay? So make another one or do the remasters of the first two games. You did the third, do the second.
And that was a rant and rave by Cross.
Damn. People don't understand some of these companies, man. They don't listen to the fans, man. These people are paying you money.
Yeah.
They're paying you money.
Yeah.
And they just don't want to listen. Come out with this. Oh, no, we're going to do it our way. Mm-hmm. But that's what made you money. Why are you going to battle the people that's paying you? And then they wonder what. And then they want to get on Twitter and talk shit like, oh, yeah, we going to do what we want to do. I remember they was doing that with this Saints, right? They was getting on there. I don't remember exactly what they were saying, but they were like arguing with the fans on social media.
Yeah.
Why are you arguing with the people that's trying to make us? I'm trying to sell music. I'm not going to argue with the video. What do you want to hear? You want I know you can't please everybody, but please your fans at least.
A core.
Yeah, you have a core. Get your abs up. I don't understand, but Anyway, getting back to the you got the clip that probably make that a short, but
yeah, that definitely could be a short.
Because they
got maybe a couple of clips of that.
Something, but they getting back to the whole games or movies, they are we're moving into that. Oh, you know what? Last of Us got a show coming out. I don't know why they would want to do a show. Because the playing the game is like watching a show.
It's like watching a movie. And then they wanted to make a show out of. They're making a show out of God of War as well. They already made a show out of Halo. That was trash. Most of these MCU shows
because they're trying to cater to somebody that they tried to give Master Chief this personality
that he didn't have.
He was like a war machine. He saving the humans from the Covenant. That's what they called them. I don't know what they still called the Covenant.
They were called
when
the
the
Covenant
brutes and stuff came.
Yeah, they're
because I'm early Halo.
Yeah,
Halo 1 and 2.
Yeah, I didn't play. They're still calling it that, but then now they got a couple of different ones because he's not fighting the same ones anymore.
Okay.
He's fighting like some gorilla looking dudes. I keep forgetting the name.
Aren't they?
No.
Not the brutes.
Brutes are the dudes. What?
No, that's not the brutes.
Oh, you talking about the shield dudes?
No, that's not the brutes either. Isn't the brute? Nah, you talking about the one you had to shoot him in that brown spot. They wasn't brutes, I don't think.
Nah.
The brutes are the ones that came in 3 or 4, wasn't it? They were big gorilla like creatures. I think they were called the brutes. I might be wrong. Just let me know in the comment section.
Because in Infinite, they go by the Fallen.
Oh, see. Like I said, I'm early.
Yeah. Because in Infinite, they go by the Fallen, and they don't even call them that. They just say, "Oh, it's the Fallen."
Okay.
But they still use like the normal characters from the first one.
Okay. Do they still consider Halo, the Master Chief to be the devil? Because I remember on the early game, they were like, that devil is here.
They got a lot of stuff that they do. Like they got, on Infinite, they have this propaganda tower. And the tower is made to just talk so much about him in a negative way.
Damn.
Some of it's funny, and then, a lot of it is just to push, like, he's the evil.
Yeah.
So, because this is the first Halo game that's open world.
Okay. That's the one that when they released it, or when I think they showed trailers for it, it looked crappy.
Yeah.
And people was shitting on it.
Yep. And then they try to polish it a little more. But this one, they kind of made it like it was a movie.
Okay.
The cutscenes were long. To me, I think if the cutscene is starting to exceed a minute,
that's too long.
It's pretty long.
Yeah.
Because I just want to play. I don't want to just see you tell me the story. I want to live the story.
Right.
If I wanted a 5-minute cutscene, I'd just watch a movie. I watch a rock movie. But again, even though I'm saying it's too long, I still enjoy the aspects of putting movie like into the game.
Okay.
But bring back some of that quick time.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
I think that's a niche thing now. Am I using the word right? Just like how the I don't want to say niche, is more of an obsolete, kind of like the linear stuff. When I was talking about, I think all that stuff is pretty much gone, because I don't think it's any other games that have quick time events like that.
I don't think so.
Not recently.
Yeah. I think that stuff is dead.
Didn't Spider-Man have certain little sparks when you had to kind of hold on?
When you fought Doc Ock, you had quick time.
Yeah, but it's not a common thing no more. Just like the linear games isn't a common thing anymore.
Yeah.
I think the open world. I like my open world. I like open world games. Don't get me twisted on there if you're this far along in the video, but I think it to me it gets flooded with just shit to do. Like that's I kind of like when I was playing Assassin's Creed Odyssey, or when I was looking at my son play Red Dead Redemption. I was gonna say Revolver. That's how old I am. But Red Dead Redemption.
I hated that game. I love it. I love that game, but I hated that train.
the quick draw shit was tight. That dude on the train was tough though. Anybody else want to be? That was when you didn't know how to do it though.
Yeah,
when you was trying to do it for the first time.
Man.
I remember that dude though. You fight that looked like he kind of looked like Prince to me.
Yeah,
he was like real elegant and like dressed nice and all that. But he was like one of the badass. He was like later on in the game. He was hard to beat. Man, me took about 4 or 5 tries to beat him. He was there. He was quick. He was boom. You already have his gun. I'd be like, damn. And then I hate that thing you do if you miss the gun. He'll go like this.
Yeah, he'll freeze.
And then all of a sudden, bah, you get hit. Yep. But Red Dead Redemption, they have a lot of stuff you can do. But I probably need to go and play that game. Because I have a 5 now. I know the 4, it was a lot. I know
honestly, you don't have to do the side missions.
No, you don't. You don't.
You could do the main story.
It be like, but sometimes the main story, like the shit be so far away. Like I have to. Then sometimes you can't. Like Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna go to Assassin's Creed because I never played Red Dead Redemption. But like on Assassin's Creed, if you ain't ever been there, and the mission is
travel.
over there, you gotta travel. And some of that shit you had to be by boat. That's why I didn't get into Valhalla. Valhalla just was so much stuff you to do, for you to do. You didn't have to do it. But it would be in your best interest to level your character up. That's when they start putting. That's when they put the. That's why the leveling system. Yeah, because if you go somewhere and you underpowered, they gonna whoop your ass. And so now you kind of got to do side missions to kind of catch up or do little fetch quests. That's what I call them. I go and get this. I need my cape. Like, all right, you get that, and then you have to level up. And then you can go and travel over. And you still got to travel over because you ain't been over there unless you went over there, got your ass kicked. You say, you know what? I think I made a mistake. But sometimes you couldn't fast travel. And then like on Saints Row, you can only fast travel home. You couldn't fast travel nowhere else. But Saints Row is cool because I'm driving a car. This game, you riding boats and shit. And that shit take long. You on the seas and shit. And then was it one of them other Assassin's Creed games? Like you get attacked by random boats. They come up to you, hey, get that, and they get that. Yeah, it's like you get attacked. So it's like I don't mind open world game. Even Far Cry. Far Cry was like that too.
I'm playing 6 right now.
6?
Yeah, I just started 6.
I didn't even finish. I think I had a little bit more to go, and I just kind of fell off of it. It was just too much running around for me. It was cool though with the shooting. But I'll say this: 6 was better because you didn't have to climb towers. You have to climb towers no more. But you couldn't fly everywhere because they had a no-fly zone in certain places. Yeah. You had to take the bases because they'll shoot you out the sky. And they'll give you a time. Like, you have 5 seconds to get out of the sky. You're in uncharted land or whatever.
Is that your impersonation?
Yeah. Hey, man, I might go down in flames with that one. But but they'll get on you. They'll shoot you out the sky. And it don't be a couple of shots. They hit you where it blows your shit up and you have to get out, But I'm glad you had to climb those towers. I hated that shit on 4 and was it 5? Because they wanted to be like Assassin's Creed. I mean, Assassin's Creed got to go up there and do that little eagle shit. Then you can jump in the hay.
Yeah, they did that to like kind of slow the game down. That way you don't power through it. Because
I didn't want people to power through it.
To me, 5 was maybe the best Far Cry.
5. Y'all like going up against the
cult.
What was that? The Joseph Seed? Was it Seed or something like that? And Faith and what was the other brother name? I can't remember, but yeah.
Are you currently playing any games now, or are you?
I'm just trying to slug through Saints Row, and then I'm trying to finish Gungrave. I'm waiting on that Forspoken.
Okay.
That's supposed to come out
24th, right?
Yeah. I'm waiting on Wanted Dead too, though. But right now, I tried JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I fought my homeboy in it. He beat me up. And then I was like, he kicking my ass. And then I'm like, this game is so fucking slow. Oh, excuse me. Ooh. I don't know if we can cuss like that on here, but hey.
YouTube is changing things.
Okay.
So cursing kind of.
I guess, just bleep it out.
Be like very minimal.
Bleep it out. But anyway, the game is so slow. It's the walk animation and just the way you move, of course, is just slow. It's too slow. So I told him, let's just get on Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. I beat him on that. He rage quit on me. And he had called me, but we ain't played nothing else since. So, and it's only been like a week. So I don't know what happened.
You hey, there you have it. I think right now I'm just looking forward to One Piece Odyssey. That comes out tomorrow, maybe. It comes out on the 13th, but it should come out on the 12th.
Okay.
Early, for anyone that pre-ordered.
At midnight, yeah.
Be on the lookout for a review for One Piece Odyssey. When I review games, I tend to only review the core of the game, not the story. The story's for you to enjoy, but the gameplay is for all of us. So be on the lookout for that, and maybe a Forspoken review.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Once I get my hands on it. Once I get my hands on it.
Ah!
Yeah, once I get my hands on it, that's gonna be what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm gonna be playing that for a minute, and then I guess whenever we do another one, we'll compare our notes and do that.
Yeah,
cause I like the demo. If you still ain't download the demo, check it out. It's on the network. I don't know is it on any other system like Xbox.
It's just PC and PlayStation.
PC Play.
Yeah.
Okay, so all the PC and PlayStation people go on and get your demo. I don't know if it's on the demo on the PC. I don't know.
I couldn't play it.
PlayStation.
I didn't try it though.
PlayStation people.
All the people out there in TV land.
Download the demo. It's free. It's free. They brought back demos. Well, at least they have it where you can see the demos now. Because at first you had to type in demo in the search bar to find your demo.
Okay.
But now you can get a demo. You ain't got to worry about if the $70 is gonna be worth it. You might have some games you want to trade in, or you might have some store credit or something if you shop at GameStop, or if you got a card at Walmart or something. Whatever. But yeah, it got a demo. I'm looking forward to that. I'm gonna have a review for that.
Okay.
Yeah,
we can do like a video review.
Okay, that's fine.
It'll be a lot easier.
That's fine.
You want to exit us out?
Sure. Yeah. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff. I'm not gonna be asking y'all too many times to do it, but I would like for y'all to do it because it helps us out. It helps us out. You know what I'm saying? It does. It does help us. But we appreciate you clicking on this video. And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, there you have it. Hit that bell too. Peace.
Peace. Damn, he drops the mic.